Why is there so much more negativity and bickering in game collecting, specifically for Nintendo systems, than most other hobbies?
There's a lot of money at stake, more so than in other...
No.
No?
No. My answer to the question is, whatever hobby you're the most into is going to be the one that seems like it has the most drama in it because you're the most involved in it. You think pinball doesn't have a lot of money at stake?
That's
you
true.
think records don't have a lot of money at stake? They do, and if you follow those sorts of collector circles as well, it's the exact same negativity and bickering that I see with video games. I think it really just is a matter of
Where you're
your
at?
perspective.
Have you honestly seen the same amount with comic book collecting?
No, actually, comic book collecting is interesting in that the people who are out in the open collecting, the sociable collectors, right? Not the ones who are, hiding in the, the stereotype, the hiding in the basement,
Yes.
No, actually, outward-going comic book collectors are some of the nicest, most laid-back people I've met. So that's different.
See?
That is different, but
Here's why, though.
I can still pick
Here's
two
why.
other... Why?
A good chunk, I'd say the majority of comic book collectors actually read their comics.
They do. They absolutely do.
The vast majority, I would say, it's hard to pinpoint percentage. At least the new age video game collector don't play their games, so they don't want to share. They don't know anything about the games they're buying. So when I see Comic-Con, people talk to Frank and everything, they actually share like the people they like, or the heroes they like, and the storylines they like, and say, "Oh, you should check out this or look at this."
Yeah, it's really
it's more communal, I think, than video game.
That's
collecting.
what I'm saying. Like
Video game collecting. Video game collecting is a little colder because you can pick up, for example, let's just pick Destiny of an Emperor. It's hard for me to share with another video game collector.
That's the wrong game to pick.
This is the point, though. I pick up Destiny of an Emperor. Just by looking at it, you can't flip through a video game. Look at me!
I was looking for Danny Sullivan.
I don't know why you would look for Danny Sullivan. That's nothing to do with this. But Destiny of an Emperor, if I'm with someone at a video game convention,
right,
I can't say, "Hey, check this out. This is why it's cool." I can't do that.
Right.
You can't tell what it is by looking at it. You can't open up the flip through it. You can't explain it. It's less personable than a comic book where you say, "Hey, take a look at this." You can actually look at the cover, you look at the art. You can actually, if you want, open it up and look at it and see what the story is.
Check out the splash. Check out
Yes.
this 3-page sequence where like Wolverine and Spider-Man have this interesting conversation. Right. You
Collecting video games is a much colder experience, I would say, than even baseball cards. I would say, even Pogs. Because again, what the entity is, you cannot discover unless you go to a TV and video game system and play it.
And many video games are naturally solitary experiences where I think
Yes.
a comic book or a story, especially something ongoing, I'll compare it to wrestling or a soap opera, is something that you want to read the latest installment of and go talk to someone about. So, yeah, I mean, so comic books, and even when I read this question earlier, I did want to bring up the fact that I find comic book collectors to be a little less negative and a little more jovial. But I can still point to a number of other circles that are just as bad as video
I'm sure
games.
I'm sure
just
they're
as bad.
I'm sure toy collectors are nuts.
Toy collectors
Stuff.
can be nuts, and like I said, I know personally that pinball and record collectors can be just as negative and just as like sour. So I don't know. I mean, dude, just hang in there and try to enjoy it, and don't worry about those assholes. Be in it for yourself, have fun. But it's not just video games.